Hello and welcome to pmslounge.com. In this video, we are talking about Canada and specifically what kind of salary you can expect as a project manager in Canada. What kind of industries you should target. What kind of education should you have to enter in this career path of a project manager. Now, Canada is also known as the Great White North. It is actually the second largest country in the world in terms of the area that it has. So it's also very inclusive, it's very welcoming of expats, and that is why you see a lot of people actually moving to Canada. So if you're moving to Canada as a project manager, or if you're already in Canada and working in the field of project management, what is the kind of salary that you can expect there? So let me share my screen. We are, of course, talking about this PMI report that is known as the salary survey, and we have covered some other countries as well. I'll share a link to the playlist in the description below. You can check that out. So today we are talking about Canada, all copyrights acknowledged, no copyrights infringement intended. This is a PMI report and you will have access to it if you are a PMI member. We are just covering Canada and we are going to look at some numbers from Canada. So compensation is in Canadian dollars. Be mindful of that. So if you're a project manager in Canada, you can expect a salary of 103,000 Canadian dollars. This is an annual salary, and we are looking at the median numbers because that comes close to reality, right? So a median basically reflects reality more than 25th percentile, 75th percentile, or the mean. And then total compensation, which includes other components as well, is around 110,000 Canadian dollars. Then let's talk about what has been the reported change in the last 12 months and what is it that the project managers or people working in project management are expecting in the next 12 months. So 42% people that were surveyed, they reported that their salary actually remained the same in the last 12 months. And then the next highest is 16% who said that their salary actually got a hike of 1 to 2.9%, and then 12% said that they got a hike of 3 to 3.9%. So 1 to 4% salary hike is what a lot of people would have received in the last 12 months. That typically makes up around 28% of the total project management professionals. And then in the next 12 months, what you can expect, 34% of the professionals, they expect that their salary is actually going to remain the same, but then 24% expect that it is going to rise from 1 to 2.9%, and 12% think it is going to rise by 5% to 6.9%. Interesting, right? And then 11%, of course, think that their salary is going to rise anywhere between 3% to 4%. So the majority here expect a hike in the next 12 months. That is how project managers or the project management professionals in Canada think about the next 12 months. Now, annualized salary by position description. So what kind of position should you hold to earn the most? Right now, as someone who's right out of college, you cannot really expect a director of PMO position just because the director is making the most, right? Because this person is actually at the top in the project management hierarchy. So someone who is just starting off, project manager 1, or someone who has certain experience could be project manager 2. Project manager 1 can also be someone with a position of associate project manager or a junior project manager, right? So you who is just starting off, you can expect a salary of 82,000 per annum. But then as your experience increases, and let's say you are someone who have good amount of experience, you're someone who's working as a program manager, then that is the salary that you can expect. So as your experience increase, as you climb the corporate ladder and your position changes, your salary is also expected to rise. Now, of course, project management specialist and project management consultant is not necessarily a position that is similar to the hierarchy that we see here, and that is why they have a different sort of salary that is mentioned as well. Analyze salary by years of work experience. As your experience increase, you can see the median as well. As your experience increases, your salary is also expected to rise. Similarly, analyze salary by years worked in project management. So your overall experience could be different from the experience that you have specifically in project management, but that too, as your experience in project management increases, your salary is also going to rise. Now let's talk about the education, right? And a lot of people actually go to Canada for education. A lot of people need to take a decision on the kind of education they should go for in Canada for a brighter future. So this is actually going to be very, very important. Someone with a college or associate degree, right? Some college or associate degree. We're not talking about 4-year college degree here. This is an associate degree. And that person is expected to make $104,000 per annum, right? And someone with a 4-year college degree is actually making a little less, but comparable basically. And then you have master's degree as well. So if you have a 4-year college degree or a master's degree, it is not really making much of a difference as far as median salary is concerned. But if you have a doctoral degree, you can expect to make the most. And this is unique when it comes to Canada, because this is not something that we have seen in some other countries that we have talked about in the past. Check out that playlist. The link is in the description if you want to go over the salaries that we have talked about for some other countries as well. Analyze salary by degree in project management. And this is also important because a lot of people comment on our videos and ask, hey, we want to get ourselves a project management degree from Canada. What is the job prospect for a degree like that? So this is going to help you out if you're specifically talking about the salaries. So if you have a degree in project management, you can make 100K. If you do not have a degree in project management, you can expect to make 104K. So that means having a degree in project management is not necessarily something that is going to help you out a lot. So better to focus on real life project management experience than running behind any kind of project management degree. But does that hold true for PMP certification as well? Not really, because if you have the PMP certification, you are making much more than someone who does not have a PMP certification. 105K and then 90K, right? So having a PMP is definitely an advantage. Having a degree in project management, not so much. Analyze salary by gender. So obviously there is a pay gap here when it comes to salaries that males draw versus the salaries that females draw, 107K and 97.5K. Okay, let's move on to the next page, which talks about analyze salary by department. So what kind of department should you target in a specific organization to be able to make the most money, right? So consulting and finance, these are the two departments. If you're working in the project management field within these two departments, then you are expected to make the most. But IT is not far behind. And we covered some countries in the past where IT was actually way behind than other departments. So if you're a IT professional and want to get into project management, Canada is the place to be, because you will be making a lot more in Canada as compared to some other countries. And then analyze salary by industry. So we now know the department. What kind of industry should you target? So there you have it. Resources, which is agriculture, mining, utility, and then consulting, of course. These are the three industries that pay the highest to project management professionals or project managers. Now, moving on, there's a couple of more tables that I want to cover. Annualized salary by number of employees in entire organization And in some countries, you're going to find that startups pay the highest. Companies with less than 100 employees, they actually pay the highest median salaries. But that is not the case in Canada. As you can see, the larger companies, right? Companies with employees that have less than 10,000 and more than 5,000, or 10,000 or more employees, they are the ones who are paying the most to their project management professionals or people working in project management. So if you're in Canada, forget the startups, work for large companies because they are the ones who are paying the highest. Now, annualized salary by average project team size and average project budget. As you manage a larger team and as you manage a project that has a larger budget, your salary is also expected to rise. Then there are some other tables that I want to avoid because they are very company specific. But what I really want to cover is what kind of work hours can you expect to work in Canada. So hours expected in Canada is less than 40 hours per week, which means it's a 5 day work week. But actual hours that people work is slightly more than 40 hours per week, right? And in fact, positions like portfolio manager and director of PMO, they clock close to 48 hours as well. So that's the kind of work that you can expect in Canada. So those were the tables and the kind of numbers that I wanted to share in this video. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed the video. Do hit the like button and let me know in the comments what other countries you would like us to cover. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.